Hello everyone, Carmine from New York is here and we are live from New York City, Miller Field, a federal park with rich history going back to 1919. But what are we going to talk about today? We're talking about this birthday boy. This Nikon D3 turns 15 years old today. Yep, it was introduced in 2007 on this day in August. How's everybody doing today? It's a beautiful, cool August day here in New York City. And we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the Nikon D3, my personal favorite 12 megapixel professional full frame camera, brought to you by Nikon. Its first full frame professional camera. Don't forget, Nikon calls their full frame line FX. Okay, so the title of this video is, could this be Nikon's finest full frame DSLR ever made with its full metal body? I think so. Let's see, let's just jump right into it. It shoots 9 to 11 frames per second. 9 frames per second if it's in FX, or 11 frames per second if you have it in DX mode. ISO range 200 to 6400, and it shoots on 2 CF cards, which are more rugged than SD cards. When I bought this in 2007, it was $5,000. And look at this, it's 2022. I still shoot with it. It's got over 150,000 clicks and it's going strong. You know why? Because the shutter is made with Kevlar and carbon fiber. You know, the stuff that bulletproof vests are made out of, and jets. All right, let's keep going. You know, once a photojournalist, always a photojournalist. Gotta have notes. Okay, it uses the huge ENEL4A battery, which lasts basically all day. Is this light? If you think 3 pounds without a lens is light, then it's light. Let's see, the buttons and the dials are all moisture resistant. They don't like to say waterproof. Moisture resistant, because all of the openings for every button and dial have O-rings, rubber O-rings, to protect against moisture. Don't forget, at the end of this short video, we're going to look at many of my D3 photographs that I've taken and cherish, and I'm just so glad that I pulled the trigger on a $5,000 purchase 15 years ago. I made that money back in the first year of using this professionally, so I can highly recommend, if you find them on eBay, pick them up, buy them. 100,000 clicks, big deal. It means nothing for a Kevlar and carbon fiber shutter. All right, now just a little bit about where we are today. Someplace new. I don't think I've ever taken you here before. If these look like airplane hangars, oh, you're so smart. In 1919, the United States Army purchased this gigantic piece of property from the Vanderbilts. This was their farm, and they flattened it to airport specifications of flatness. It was a grass landing field starting in 1919. This was during World War I. It was called the Air Service Coast Defense. Let's see, seaplanes would take off right over here. I didn't live far from here, so I used to come down and watch the planes take off. Right over here there was a ramp like this, and the planes would shoot up into the air. It was just beautiful. Atlantic City coast is right beyond this line right here. It's right there. This now park, former airport, is right on the beach, right on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. So let's see what else. Now we're in World War II. Observation towers were installed to look over the water for submarines and enemy ships. In 1972, the United States Army handed the keys of this beautiful former airport, handed the keys to this property to the National Park Service. And today, it is one of New York City's premier parks with many baseball fields, soccer fields, and just open space for jogging and biking and hiking. You can walk this way all the way down to the boardwalk, and that'll take you almost to the Verrazano Bridge, some 3 miles of walking. Okay, so now, as I love to do, give you a quick pan of this beautiful former airport, okay, to see how just beautiful of open space this is. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see if I can get you back up here. Okay, so what I want to do, I didn't forget, I'm going to show you the photographs that I took with the Nikon D3. But before I go, I was just reminded that this area, this land, this beautiful national park was home to one of airline tragedies, one of the largest and most horrific that ever occurred on New York City land. Here's what happened. Just looking at my notes, I want to give you guys accurate information. So it was December 16th, 1960, when there was a mid-air collision right around here. No, sorry, it happened about a mile or two this way. 2 commercial passenger planes. One was United Airlines DC-8. The other was a TWA Super Constellation. One of the planes was headed to LaGuardia Airport, not far from here in Queens. The other was headed to Idlewild, which is now called JFK or Kennedy Airport. Something happened. You can look into it. I don't want to get into too many details because I want to show the photographs taken with the D3. Both planes collided in midair. One of the planes crashed right here, right where I'm standing, on this national park. The other plane limped this way towards Brooklyn and crashed in the middle of the street in Brooklyn. On that plane, everyone perished. One child did live a few hours, but he perished. People on the ground were killed. So there was a total of approximately 130 people perished that day, December 16th, 1960. This area, now I was here, this area was strewn with the wreckage of a commercial airline. On tops of homes, there was debris. You could just imagine how horrific it was. And it was only a few days before Christmas, 1960. So this property, this former U.S. Army Air Service field, former airport, was the last all-grass airport in the city of New York. It's no longer an airport, like I said. It is just a beautiful park with baseball fields and soccer fields as far as the eye can see. All right, guys, so let's change to a happy note and let's look at the photographs taken with this Nikon D3. The photos were all taken by me with this D3. Let's look at them now. I hope you enjoy them, and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Here we go.